Welcome everybody to another video, and today's video is going to be a nice video because of the fact that I drew a drawing that is actually quite nice. And I know you're like, oh, all of your drawings are quite nice. Man, you're a great drawer. Oh my gosh, like all of your drawings. And like, yeah, I know that. But this one is especially so. And so that is why today's video is going to happen to be what is known as a good video. Because of the fact that this is maybe a really good drawing that I like, especially much more than normal drawings that I make. So I drew this one not intending to make a video, and that is why this video is also being posted a little late, but I filmed it just cause anyway, and then I filmed it, and then it turned out a good drawing, and I was like, okay, and then I tried to draw it good, and I continued to draw until it became a legendary drawing. So this whole character is really not even a character. I just had an idea for a design of a character and did it. And so now I still need to design the character, which might be hard because I literally haven't done it at all. I have had a story idea that involves a train because I like trains, but that's it. It doesn't have anything to do with the character. Maybe this character is like on the train or in the train, and other things that involve trains. Maybe it's like an endless train. You have to get to the front of the train or something, but like you can't. Or like maybe it's like I don't know. I've had like all of 5 seconds to think of an idea, so don't judge. But so this character is a good character. I literally just don't know anything about it. Usually I'll have an idea, or I'll come up with an idea while I'm drawing this character, while I'm drawing a character, but I didn't this time for some reason, because I was so invested in actually drawing the character, because I like the character and the drawing. It's really good, and so I was really trying to make the drawing look good, and I didn't think anything about the character or story, so I got nothing. Let me just think a bit. Okay, so idea. Clearly personality of this character, very chipper, happy, rambunctious, I don't know those words, but very outgoing, hyper. That is the idea that's the personality of the character. So we got that. The time, like the setting seems to be like kind of modernish setting, but like also not, because she's got a gun. And then, oh yes, this is good lore. I drew a lamp. She's got a lamp around her neck, so maybe she wears the lamp and the light shines and protects her from something. Maybe she lives in a world where there are tons and tons of monsters everywhere, and they'll kill you instantly and you can't do anything about it because they're so powerful, but they hate the glow of that lantern, so she wears it all the time. That could be something. That could be something good. Before I continue, I will note the line art is spot on this drawing. For some reason, it just hit me, and I just got really good at line art for just the specific drawing. Anyway, so the light shields her from the attack of monsters, and that's all I've got so far. And surprisingly, she's very like happy all the time, even though she lives in Monsterland. She wanders the dark forests, maybe she lives in this like cabin in the forest, or maybe like an underground house similar to a hobbit hole, but for sake of originality I will not call it a hobbit hole. It is an underground house, maybe something of that sort. She lives in the forest. Maybe since there are monsters everywhere, everybody's living in like these big walled cities, but since she has the lantern that protects her from the monsters, she can live out in the cabin in the woods. And there's got to be a reason she lives in the cabin in the woods, otherwise, like, why? Even if she could, why would she? So maybe she's living in the cabin in the woods because she's trying to look for something that is out there, and she can't like live far away in a city. She's got to be here for some reason. Maybe like there's a cave nearby this where she lives, and she's got to look in the cave for something. Maybe it's just like she's just waiting for something. Like maybe she's out there and she has to be there because she's like waiting for something or someone, maybe. And like that could be good. Like maybe there was something about she was supposed to meet somebody a long time ago, and she has to stay here. So when they come back, she'll be there. So she has to have the lantern. I don't know. I'm brainstorming like crazy. But yeah, she lives in the cabin, and she has a light to protect her from the monsters. Everybody else lives in walled cities because of monsters, and she has to be at that cabin because she's waiting on somebody who said that person would be there eventually, and so she has to have the lantern to protect herself from the monsters whilst living in the cabin in the forest. So she's waiting for that person. Oh boy, this is some kind of something. But I'm getting there, surprisingly. The story is coming along. I mean, I had 0% idea going into this, and now I've got, I don't know, 20% idea, so you know it's going up. But here's where I start coloring. Not gonna lie, color scheme pretty all right. I did a lot of pinks for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. I just felt it. That's kind of what I do whenever I color. I just kind of like look at the character, and then in my brain it just has a color, and then I'm just like, okay, and I go with it. And like, even if it doesn't really make sense, I went with lots of pinks and stuff, and that's it. It looked really good. I like the color scheme, but it is kind of, so I guess maybe, let's see here. I'm trying to think of the setting. So I guess it would kind of be like a fantasy world, because, you know, monsters and walled cities and magical lamps and blah blah blah. So maybe that's a thing. But you know, I don't know. Oh yeah, and if you notice, I drew one of the gloves is a different color from the other glove. I couldn't find the other glove, so I used a different glove. It worked, I guess. I don't know. But so I guess she's out in the cabin and living the best life possible with monsters surrounding him. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. So I guess there's just a bunch of different kinds of monsters. Maybe they come from something. Maybe the lantern is like where the monsters came from, and it could seal the monsters back in, and that's why they stay away from the light, because they're like, oh my gosh, it's the light of the lantern that can capture us, like a Pokeball or something. So maybe that's why they stay away from it. And so it could all come full circle back around to the fact that the lantern is really significant, because like at first you're just like, whoop, I hit the mic. At first you're just like, it just scares them away, because, you know, light, and monsters don't like light for some reason. But then you're like, wait, the reason that they're scared of it is actually, there's a reason other than just light, and I could go full circle and feel, you know, pretty good. So I think that's pretty cool. I tried to do some sick lighting here. It ended up being pretty lit lighting, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I lost my light because like I made that one drawing that was just super amazing as far as lighting, and I can't seem to do it again. Like I'm pretty good, like, you know, it looks all right, stuff like that, but like I don't know how to like do this crazy sick lighting. I've lost it. But I tried to do some lighting, add some green glow and some bluish shadows to make it look really dark and blah blah blah, which fits perfectly with the fact that she lives in a dark forest, because, you know, that works. So I did that, and I just kind of messed around with the green lighting, and I feel like it's a great atmosphere because the light is such a significant thing, and it makes it stand out more, and blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, stuff like that. Also, I just realized I drew fireflies coming out of that lantern, which would not work in the context of this story, but I didn't know what the story was whenever I drew this, so that just, you know, pretend like you didn't see that. Get all the way off my back about that right now. But I guess, you know, that's pretty good as far as story goes. I mean, I had nothing, and now I've got something, so, you know, what are you gonna do, man? I'm just like, I did my best. I mean, like, this was literally like a 5-minute story. Like, I had 5 minutes to come up with a story, so it's pretty good as far as I just came up with it. But anyway, that's the drawing completely done. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. This was a sick drawing. I'm very proud of it. Most of the drawings I draw are also sick, but this one is especially sick. It's the sickest. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe, like, and comment button, and don't hit the bell. I'll see you later. Also, wait, time out. Watch these other videos because they're good. Anyway, now bye.